Hello, my name is Excellence Joshua, and today in this video I'm going to be taking you through how to bridge the gap from where you are to the goals that you want to achieve, irrespective of whatever the goals might be or whatever deadlines you've set for yourself. In this video, you're going to find answers to how to set real goals, what your real goals are, how to take actionable steps, how to create an actionable plan, and how to work with what is realistic so you can get the results that you actually seek or desire. 2020 is rounding up, and then I see so many people, as many have asked me, some people have written on social media, some have even gone as far as getting to cry and going to camp meetings and churches that 2020 did not make so much sense, or they did not get most of the things that they desired to get. They've also complained about their goals, them being not able to achieve their goals. And like many individuals, Nigerians, Africans, that's why I said individuals alike, they begin to look for blames or faults or reasons why they could not achieve their goals or become who they were. For some people, looking for these reasons is basically to feel better or good about themselves, that after all, it wasn't absolutely my fault. But for most other people, it's more like, okay, I need to find the reasons so that for 2021, I can have better deliverables, I can achieve my goals better, and I can actually become the person I really seek or desire to be. In this video, you're going to find all those answers and a very simple practical step that will actually connect you from where you are to where you really want to be. Now, there's a warning I need to give you ahead of time. They are actionable steps. No matter how many times you listen, irrespective of how many times you listen to this video, if you do not take these steps, you're not going to get the results that you actually seek or desire. Time management, I've taken that course over and over again. I've helped people put their time together, but most people do not actually find results over a long period of time. That is, their results are not sustainable. So begin to deliver results, but they're not able to stay true because they do not have concrete actionable steps that I'm going to take you through how to create them today. What I'm going to be teaching you today are not just things that I got off the books or off somewhere. They're things that have worked for me and many others. They are things that are proven. They are things that I know, irrespective of your color, your culture, your country, or your locality, I know that these things are definitely going to work for you. So let's go right into it. Welcome back. To create an actionable plan to actually achieve your goals or become who you really want to be, the first thing you need is clarity. Yes, you need clarity. You need to be clear. You need to be specific what it is you really want to do. I hear people give vague goals like, I want to lose weight, I want to travel out of the country, I want to write a book. Those goals are vague. You want to be clear and as specific as, I want to lose 15 kg by Q2 2020 or something, or even be specific to the date. You want to be specific that I want to travel to Sweden in 2021. That's how specific it should be. You want to be specific as, I want to write a book on cultural norms in our society in Q1 2021. You need to be clear and specific on the kind of goals you want to be. I want to become a coach. What kind of coach? I want to become a business coach. I want to be a clarity coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? You have to be clear and specific on the kind of goals that you want to achieve. Now, you need to understand that our lives are kind of interdependent on different multidimensional aspects of us. And when you're setting goals, please don't just set one goal. When you're looking at a goal or trying to set a goal or achieve a goal, look at it in a wholesome view. Look at it in a broad aspect. I'm going to give you an example. Look at me now. If I decide I want to train 15,000 people in 2021 by December 31st, 2021 on simple digital skills, I have to ask myself, I'm a mom to a toddler. How is my family life going to be to achieve that goals? What kind of goals can I set in my family life for me to achieve this career goals? My health, will I burn out? Or do I have the training at once? Or do I break the training into sessions? You see, that's why it's important to set goals on different aspects of your life that are important, that actually those areas that are important to you, so that you can strike a balance. You look at it on a broad view and you can strike a balance. You can tell me, I want to master Forex, and then because you're mastering Forex, you decide that I'm going to spend 12 to 15 hours on mastering Forex daily. The question you want to ask yourself is, will you sleep? Will you eat? Are you working for somebody? How many hours would you need to spend at work? Do you have kids? Do you have a spouse? Are there going to be obstacles to all of those things? Is this goal realistic? You have to be clear about the goals that you want to achieve. And yes, we're going to talk a little bit about obstacles and all of those things, but to actually narrow it down, you have to think, you have to be clear, you have to be specific. And for you to actually set clear goals, you might need to pause and sit down and be intentional. It's not just writing it off your head, but I'm talking about steps that are actually going to give you tangible results. So for example, you say, I'm a network marketer and I want to get 100 downlines before in the next 3 months or something. You have to be very clear and specific on the goals that you want to achieve. Number 2, you have to write it down. This is a very powerful step. You have to learn how to script. I have a lot of people tell me, it's in my head, it's here, I have it here. It's not enough for it to be here. It's not enough for it to be in your head. You have to script it down. Like, you have to write it down. Learn to write all your goals on a sheet of paper. Brian Tracy said, success begins with a piece of paper in your hand and your time. It doesn't waste your time. You have to learn how to journal. You have to learn how to script it. You have to learn how to write. Now, if you don't want to get overwhelmed, because most times we tend to confuse our goals with our desires. Your goals are things you desire, yes, but it can actually be more, and it's a little bit more specific than being vague that this is just generally what I want, because it has to have a deadline. It has to be realistic. Your desire might not be realistic, but your goals have to be, right? So you need to write it down. Write them down. Write them down, like you need to put them down. And when you're putting them down, beside each of the goals, you need to set a deadline. That is number 3. Yes, you need to set a deadline. Set a deadline. And one thing you have to know in this area that is very key is that there are no unrealistic goals per se, but there are unrealistic deadlines. Listen, there are no unrealistic goals, there are only unrealistic deadlines. So if you tell me, I want to build a 10-bedroom mansion by July, I want to have built a 10-bedroom mansion by July 2021, it's not an unrealistic goal. It's a reasonable goal, but the deadline is set. Is it realistic? How long will it take you to build the foundation? Do you have the money and the resources to actually build a 10-bedroom mansion within that time frame? Are you with me? So it can be a dream and you can get it. So there are no unrealistic goals. You can become and achieve and do anything. Nothing is actually impossible. What is can only be unrealistic is maybe the deadlines. Right? Number 4, make a list of everything you will ever need to do or become to achieve your goals. Now, when we're talking about making a list, we're talking about identifying what are the obstacles, what can limit you from achieving these goals. For example, I discovered that a health history that I had is back, and it has kind of restricted how much I can walk. So in as much as I'm willing, there are just some things I cannot do at some certain times. So I just have to be in bed till I'm better. And the thing about it is, it doesn't warn you that today or tomorrow you will not be better, you'll be in bed. It doesn't warn you like that. It just happens. And so I just have to pause, and I'm not able to do any other thing till I'm actually better. Now, because I am able to accept and understand that this is the reality of me and my health. When I'm setting my goals, one of the obstacles, I was having a mentoring session with mentoring her, one of the mentors, and she said, these your goals and what you actually want to achieve with Away is amazing and really good. What do you think, if in any mentoring session they are going to ask you over and over again, what do you think is going to can hinder you from actually achieving those goals? What do you think is your greatest obstacle? I told her that. I said, ma, you see me, ba, I'm very self-driven. So anything I want to do, I do it. If I don't do it, just know that I just don't want to do it. I do it. I find a way. The way my brain works, I do it. But there's one thing, my health. My health. So I have muscle spasms from time to time, and then aside muscle spasms, I also have the whole hormone thing that could affect me, change my mood. I'm not able to think. I'm here, I'm looking at something, and things. No, I'm not looking at it. It's not entering my head. You know, I'm human. I also go through things like that. I have health cases that are unexplainable, that they don't have a cure, but the symptoms are only what is treated. Because when you see the symptoms, you treat. If the symptoms go, you know, those kind of stuff. That's what my health condition is. So I told her, I said, that is the only thing that can limit me. So there are times that I'm willing, but I'm unable to do. So those are things that actually restrict me. And she said, what do you think you can do, or we can help you do, to actually reduce the effect of this occurrence, or to actually help you achieve your goals faster? I said the first thing I needed to do was understand myself, which I have done. So when I see the signs, I know. And when I see the signs, I close my laptop, shut down everything, and I just pause. That's one. Number two, I've been able to get help. I'm able to get help. And number three, I have to learn how to delegate. I'm one person that knows how to do. I love to do things by myself. Once it's in my mind, I just do it. I'm not thinking. I'm not respect. I don't know how to ask for help. I have to learn how to ask for help and delegate. Now, the fourth way I've also learned how to deal with it is to outsource the things that somebody else can do for me, even if I can do it. Things like washing clothes, things like cleaning the house, things like going on some errands like market, and some things that I can outsource. I outsource it and I pay for it. Things like having extramurals or one-on-one with my kid, because I'm very intentional about raising him. So there are some ways that I want to teach him, but the thing is, if I spend so much time doing that, I won't have time to work, because kids can be very demanding. So it's not like I can't do it, but I have outsourced that service and I am paying for it. That every day come 2 hours or 1 hour spent doing this thing that. If sometimes, like next year, I'm looking at having 2 people do that. One person handle one aspect, one person handle the language aspect. That is key for me. So at the end of the day, when I'm taking inventory, what I need to do is I now have more time to work a little bit more and earn a little more money to have to pay for those services. Do you understand? So that is identifying an obstacle. It's not enough to identify an obstacle to achieve a goal. You have to find out what knowledge, what skill, or what people will I need to achieve these goals. What knowledge or what skill can bridge this obstacle? For example, I'm so good. I understand my skill. I'm a very wonderful graphic designer. Do you know how to sell? Do you know how to sell your skill? Do you know how to sell yourself? Especially when you're offering a service. A service is different from I'm selling this phone and this is the price the phone is. It is 40,000 naira and that's what it is everywhere. Maybe my own is 45 because I'm going to give you free delivery or whatever it is you're going to add to the product. It's different. For services, even when you productize the service, it is very important to know how one of the people I listen to a lot on YouTube, what she calls it is being able to sell the invisible, being able to sell yourself and your services. That is a skill that is very indispensable in this current era. You can't avoid it. You have to learn how to sell the invisible, how to sell yourself. So these are the obstacles you have identified. I know the skill, but I'm not getting traction. It might be how to run ads that convert. Maybe Facebook ads, maybe Google ads or whatever. What is it that you need? It might be people. I need a coach. I need an accountability partner. I need a mentor, I need a mastermind or something. Who are these people that can help you achieve your goals? And I'm telling everybody around me, my students, my mentees, that do not enter 2021 without a coach, a mentor, an accountability partner, or a mastermind. Not all. It can be one, or at least two. You can be at least one, or at most two. Not too much, not all four of them. You need to identify the stage that you are in your journey and know which one do you exactly need, and you need to get one. If you cannot afford a one-on-one service with a coach or a mentor or an accountability partner, you can subscribe to groups. There are many groups or communities that offer this. For some, the groups are quite specific, that it might be just in the area of your business. For some, it might just be in the area of your career life and forums and all of that. You have to identify which one you need. For some, like Immerse Inner Circle, it's a bit all-rounded, and then you're specific on your next big thing, and then you're able to focus on it. Do you understand? So it's very important. Do not enter 2021 without one of these. No, do not. Now, you might need to pay for this service. Be willing to pay. Be willing to make the sacrifice. If you don't have the whole money that a particular coach is demanding, then you might need to negotiate, maybe pay in installments if you really want it. Don't just shut your mind that I can't afford this and then you go away. No. You can even decide to pay with a service. You can decide to pay with the product you have. You can decide to pay with maybe serving them, doing something that they might need, or make sure that is a commensurate value to what they are actually requesting, and you have to be committed to it. Do you understand? Why I love to pay for services like that is because I know the terms and conditions that clear to me. So if you tell me that I'm entitled to 2 hours per week, I will make sure I maximize my 2 hours. If I don't maximize my 2 hours, it's me that didn't maximize it. But I know that I can call you anytime, and if you don't do it, you're owing me for the next week. I've paid for it, irrespective of if you're 1 million years old. It's business, and so there are deliverables that I expect to have, and I know that I expect that you're going to deliver it for me. But if I'm doing free for you, I'll be scared. She's busy. Okay, ma, I'll get back to you later. I don't know when the later is. I don't know when it's free for you. I don't know when it's not organized. I'm a structured person, so it doesn't work for me that way, and I might never call you. Now I know that it depends on the terms and conditions. Everybody's different. For my own terms, my own coach reaches out to me. It's very important. Me, I'll reach out to you, but I also would love to actually, for the person to actually reach out to me and ask me how am I. Know some things. If I'm quiet, not just every time only me reaching out, and if I don't reach out, nobody sees anything, just goes like that. For me, it's not quite. For me, it's not something that I really work with. So that's why you need to know your coach and the terms and conditions that coach is offering. So when you identify the obstacles to achieving your goals, you need knowledge, skills, and know the people. And also the resources. I'm going to add resources because for me, every morning I have to listen to something on YouTube or a podcast that motivates me, that reminds me, that helps me, that keeps me in course, because we are human beings and sometimes we're overwhelmed. Sometimes somebody wakes me up with a very funny call. These days, I've learned how to put off my phone. I put on my phone at about 9 a.m. Yes, I put on my phone at about 9 a.m. and I've been able to develop a structure on when I want to respond to messages. I put my phone at 9 a.m. and at about 7 a.m. I'm off. If I mistakenly pick it up and I see a message on WhatsApp that I want to respond maybe at night, I can. But especially calls, because that one, it used to scatter my head. I feel if you can text me, why call me? I'm not even good with calls. Text me so that I will look at it again, and give you the right answer. When you call and you want me to answer at that moment, sometimes I might not give the best of me. So from at about 7, 8, I rarely pick calls, except maybe send me a message and say, this is important, this is what you want to tell me. If not, I don't pick calls, except my personal number, or my personal number, which most people don't have. So personal number is basically family or people that then I know I can pick it. But if I know you're calling me for business, I try to keep my mind sane. Send me a mail, send me a message, I will respond. Maybe up until 9 when I off my data, I'm totally off my phone. So I'm trying to control the energy, the space around me, because the health condition I'm dealing with has a lot to do with my mind and my mental state. It has a whole lot. It's actually a brain, it's a neurological stuff, so it has a lot to do with my mind. So I am very careful of what I permit so that I can be as healthy as I can be. Now the next thing, what number are we? I've practically lost count. Now you have written the goals, you have set the deadlines, you've been able to identify the obstacles, resources, people, knowledge that can help you achieve the goals. The next thing you need to do now is to organize them. Now there's something I need to say here. After you have identified the people, the resources or obstacles that might affect you from achieving your goals, you might need to actually, there are some goals you will find out that no, I need to tweak this a little, I need to change this, or this is not really realistic for me at this season of my life. Okay, or when you identify the people and maybe you even speak to them, you find out that this one is not realistic or this one is not worth pursuing at this time, and they go, why don't you go for this particular thing? So that's why it's very important for you to actually identify those resources. When you've done that and you're now clear, the next thing is to organize your goals. And there are two ways you're going to organize your goals. One, you're going to organize based on priority. Number two, based on sequence. First, you're going to organize based on priority. When you say priority, what is important? What is important? What is urgent and important? What is necessary and important? Organize them based on what is important. You put the first one first. What is very important? When you talk of important, is what has to be done that nobody else can do for you. You have to do it, or even if somebody has to do for you, it is important. It has to be done. It has to be done first. It has to be done now. So you organize them based on priority. For example, this has to be done in next 1 week. This has to be done within the month. This has to be done within the quarter. Identify your goals, arrange your goals, organize them based on priority. The next thing you need to do is identify your goals and organize your goals based on sequence. After you've organized based on priority, now when you organize based on priority, you might find out that there might be a mislap somewhere if you do not organize based on sequence. I'm going to give you an example. For example, you say, I want to go for my master's in Sweden by Q4 2021. That's October, November, December. Fantastic. That's a priority for you, right? It's among your priorities, maybe number 3 or number 4. Now, when it comes to, and then part of your goals is, I'm going to go to my school and actually get my transcript. Now, when it comes to sequence, getting your transcript has to come before your application, before you actually go to Sweden. So you have to go to your school, you have to apply for the transcript, you have to get your transcript, you have to send it to West to actually verify for you. Okay, so you need to get your results first. You need to vet them by West, depending on the institution. You have to do the application, and all of that. So that is organizing on sequence. What do you have to do before another? Very key. What is important? Very key. So you organize your goal based on what is important and by sequence. So when you do that, you have to plan each day, each month, each week, and be detailed in your planning. You can plan each month at the beginning of the month, plan each week at the end of the previous week, plan each day a night before the next day. Make sure that it is planned. Then each day, you select your most important goal for the day. It's very important to actually have your life disorganized and planned, because if you don't, anything that comes, you'll just take it. For example, I have some priorities that I'm doing that I'm not so much doing social media management now. So if you bring social media management to me, irrespective of the amount you want to pay, I most likely will not take it because it's not aligned with my goals for 2021. However, I have built a system, I've built a skill bank where I've trained a lot of people, and I am still training on how to actually be effective social media marketers, and then I can refer you and pair you with them and help you oversee their services or what they are doing on your accounts. Do you understand? Another thing I can do is I can develop a social media strategy plan that works for you, that when you implement, you will see the results you want to get based on your objectives or your key performance indicators. But for me to be present there, because of what I do now, if I'm having to do those things, I'm telling you that I put on my phone by 9 and I switch off by this time, I can't do it being an effective social media manager. Because there are some brands that you might need to post at 6:30, even after you schedule, you might need to engage within that time, respond to comments promptly. You can't just be away from your phone. So I'm doing other things that can allow me be away from the space that I cannot control for a long time. That's because I understand my vision and my goals, and so it's rephrasing the kind of decisions that I'm taking. So a guy can come to me, you might be, can ask me out, you might be all fantastic, all good, and really, really nice, that maybe everyone's dream, but it might not be my dream. That maybe for me, I'm a very lovey-dovey person, so I like love and all of that, and I love my partner to be present. And so maybe the person is what's professional and not always present. Maybe the person is not even present. And I also love to talk with my partner, and so maybe the person is not that on that level. The person would rather want us to go to parties or clubs and all of those things, which is not bad. It's just not me. I cannot dance. I will not dance. I find those things boring. I'd rather go to a park, nature, sit down and relax. Now that is me. So because I know who I am, because I know the goals I have to achieve, and because I know the sacrifices I have to make, I will not be in some certain kind of relationship, no matter how good the person is. I'd rather keep the person as my friend. So it doesn't make the person bad, but we cannot work together, especially really closely, because of the goals I want to achieve. Now, because of the goals I want to achieve, I'll also be intentional about my mastermind. The people, my circle, my friends, the people that we are sharpening each other, we are gingering each other. It can't just be everybody, right? I know my vision. So if I really want to travel out of this country, I will not be with people or make friends with people that feel Nigeria is all and all. And so everything I'm telling, before you know it, they'll win me over, or in my subconscious to register that don't even travel, just stay here. Meanwhile, in my vision and in my goal, I have to be this. It will also determine the kind of brands that I work with. I can't work with a fashion brand. It's not just me. I'm not a fashionable person. I'm not even interested in learning all of these things. It can be tiring for me. Even if I start, it's not like I can't do it, but I do not want to do it. It's just not my thing. I find it relatively boring, trying to identify what you're wearing and all of those kind of things. It doesn't make you a bad person. You're just not for me at this season of my life, because of the goals or the things that I want to achieve and the time that I have at hand. But if you're not clear about your goals, if you're not clear about where you're going, if you don't have a clear path or a direction of where you're going or what you want to achieve, anything that comes, you just take it. And then, of course, other people are creating their goals, other people are creating their plans, and they're identifying the obstacles, they're identifying the knowledge, the skills, and the people that they need to achieve their goals. So if what that person is organizing plan, they think that you are going to actually help you achieve the goals, they will just meet you and offer you, and for it, you just jump on it and take it. Now, whatever you accept, it has to be mutually beneficial. So if you're saying excellence is going to help me achieve my goals, what can I offer excellence for excellence to offer me this part of her that will actually help me achieve my goals? Because everybody is thinking what's in it for me. So if you're not thinking that, it will not be sustainable. The person will just leave one day, or the person will just even destroy things. So everybody is thinking of things like that. And so if you don't have a particular plan, people are very intentional, that are very intentional, are going to use you up, and before you know it, you feel used, you feel I've done so much and I'm not getting the commensurate whatever it is, whatever commensurate accolades or whatever that you want to achieve, right? Now, after you've done all of these things, you've gotten your coach, you've done your clarity, you've organized your plan, you need to take action. Take action. Begin to work. Get to work. Get to work. Enough of the talking. Get to work. And that's why you need a coach. An accountability partner will basically be focused on what you need to do. Excellence. Have you called that person today? Excellence. Have you done that analysis? Excellence. Have you posted today? That's what the accountability partner does. The accountability partner might not care why you have to do it, how you have to do it, and how important or relevant it is to your goals. They are just there to make sure that you do it. Do you understand? And so if you're not somebody that's self-driven, if you've not had maybe a third eye look through your goals and your plan to identify that, okay, this is this, if you've not understood who you are, your strengths, your weakness and all of that, I really do not encourage you to just have an accountability partner. Please have a coach and maybe an accountability partner or mastermind, so that it can help you to take action and stay on course. When you know you have deliverables, when you know you have to report this, when you know you have some coaches can be very stringent that if you don't do this, they may not work with you again, or you have to pay a certain amount for them to work with you again. You know, those things are in place that they can help you, they can put you in check. Next, you need to keep track of your progress. You keep track of your progress. This is where I am every week. If you can't do it every day or every month, check, where am I? How far have I come? What is not working? What do I need to modify? Where do I need to make adjustments? How far can I go? What do I need to incorporate? We're dynamic human beings. New things come up every day. Okay, I didn't want to do this before, but now is it necessary for me to take this? Is this going to work for me? That's it in creating an actionable steps. I hope you found value for this video. Now I'm going to ask you, what is the one goal that you need to achieve in 2021? I hear somebody say, it's not one, no, it's 4, it's 5. Do you need help? There are so many coaches out there. There are so many accountability partners and all of that. In 2021, I'm going to be offering coaching services to not more than 5 women. Yes, specifically women. If you're a guy, you have to really justify why I have to coach you, right? And when we're offering coaching services to 5 women, it's a paid opportunity, but it's going to run for 90 days. 90 days. I don't do below 90 days. It has to be at least 90 days. So you can sign up for 90 days, you can sign up for half a year, and you can sign up for the full year. I'm not offering accountability services, but some people might. You might even find somebody who is not, but you know they're very good, they're self-driven, and they can achieve goals, and you can reach out to them and let them know that this is what you want them to do for you in this new year, or this is how you want them to do it, and you don't mind, this is what I will do for you in return. Maybe I'll pay you this, or I'll do this for you while you do that for me, so you can get accountability that way. For mastermind, you can get people around you that you know are also driven to achieve their goals, similar things like you are, that you can be mutually beneficial to each other. But when you're creating your mastermind, make sure you have not more than 5 people. 3 to 5 people is enough. Don't have a crowd. Don't have more than that, right? So if you want coaching services, I can offer that for no more than 5 people. I can't take more than 5 people, and it's not just on first come first serve. I have to also have a session with you to know that I can actually be of help to you, and I need very ambitious people that are ready to really achieve their goals, that are dogged, that are ready to take the steps, because you have to be really ready. So if you want any of that, you'll see my email in the description box. Write me a mail or send me a WhatsApp message. My number will also be in the description box, and we can take up the conversation from there. The coaching should start before the new year, so we'll have some plans to put in December. So the last week of December will start before the new year. I hope you have found this video useful. If it has been helpful to you, kindly like, leave a comment, and share. But also, most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope to bring you videos every week. It could be 1 video, 2, but as much as I can, I'll bring videos to you every week that you will find very helpful. Thank you, and have an amazing December. Merry Christmas.